Hi Scorpio, Sandra from ForYourChi.com, and I'm here today to do your August 2021 reading. Thank you for being here. Welcome to it. You are my special people. Thank you so much for sticking with me through all these months. I greatly appreciate you. I am changing the order that I record these videos, so I started with Leo this time in August because it's Leo's birthday. Happy birthday to the Leo risings and Leo suns out there. But from the next month, so starting September, I'm going to start with the video with the most likes, so make sure you like the videos, and maybe Scorpios will be the first for September. Let's get to your reading. You start out the month a little bit down. Perhaps someone has disappointed you, Scorpio, and let's face it, at this time, it's like who hasn't disappointed a Scorpio, right? They're not meeting your expectations. This person is not matching the efforts that you have to them. This could also be an opportunity that you thought was going to come to fruition that has not. And the reason why this is happening is because it is a learning experience. Maya is here to talk about school, but a lot of times it's not physical school, it's earth school, what a lot of spiritual teachers talk about. In other words, this universe and your life could be teaching you a lesson. Perhaps it was not to jump in head first without looking first, Scorpio, without researching it, and without getting a reading. And you're going to look into things further next time if this is talking about an opportunity. Second house, your possessions and finances. Firm foundations means that you have built a solid foundation for what you're going to do next. I love this card in the second house. This is perfect for you. So you're going to keep receiving. You have already gone through the hard work, blood, sweat, and tears. You've worked in the trenches, Scorpio, and now you are manifesting something much more and working hard and diligently towards your goal here. Oh, and we have Archangel Michael by our side. So in this deck, the Archangel Michael card talks about he is here for you to be your right-hand man in helping you manifest your dreams, but more specifically, your life's purpose. And I love talking about life's purpose. That is one of the reasons why I'm here for you, is to help you figure out who you are. Come back to being who you were meant to be this lifetime before you ever were born on this earth. And when you were planning out this lifetime, you are much more than you can ever imagine. Okay, third house, brother, sister. So this card is for them. Light says prosperity and bliss are assured here. They could be having an excellent month in August, and I see for some of you there's going to be a celebration where your brother or sister, or maybe both, are present. Serena is here to talk about abundance. There is more abundance coming to them in their lives, and God, the higher power, however you want to put it, the universe, is in control of that. So if they are worried about money, please tell them not to be worried. Their ship is coming in soon. Okay, fourth house, shadow. So the fourth house is your house of home, Scorpio. It's where you live. Also, the fourth house, your father can show up here sometimes. Maybe not in the fourth house, but maybe you hear, or in your house of home, but maybe you hear from your father, perhaps. And there might be a little depression. So you might need to, I'm hearing feng shui. You might need to clutter clear, maybe paint, spruce up some things, put some plants in the house that make you feel better. Also, your father may be feeling a little down or depressed at this time. Now you have Sonia here. It's interesting that this card just showed up in the Libra reading. If you have Libra rising or Libra sun, you may want to watch that reading. So this talks about a loved one that has crossed over that is trying to tell you hello. And for some Scorpios, you may actually be in this grief state at this time because of the heartache and loss card that we pulled in the first house. For others of you, you may have had a father pass, and because you did pull this in your fourth house, Perhaps it's recent, but if it's not recent, August might be the anniversary of his passing, or August might be his birthday, and you are thinking of him. This could also be father, father-in-law. Don't forget that. 5th house. Okay, so the 5th house rules your social circle, Scorpio. It also rules your dating life. For those of you single Scorpios, new beginnings. This is you trying something new. Perhaps you have just met a new group of friends, or you're venturing out in places that you have never been. New nightclubs, new dating scenes, new online dating platforms, things like that. But you pulled the pet card in your 5th house, which is very interesting. So what that tells me is you might have a pet that finds you in the month of August, and if that's true, then please know that that pet was meant for you. Also, a pet could come to you from one of your friends that has rescued it, that cannot take the animal in, and so therefore you take it in and it becomes yours. 6th house, work and health. Stand your ground. Okay, so for most of you Scorpios, this is going to be talking about your work, your job. Someone is trying to pass the buck off on you, and you are not having it. You are going to draw your line in the sand. You are going to speak your truth. You are going to get on your mountain and your high horse, and you are going to tell this person, and it might even be your boss that's allowing this to happen. That is not cool. It is not cool, Scorpio. For others of you that is not talking about work, this is going to be talking about so there are circumstances where you could be getting medical treatment from a doctor, and it is not the correct doctor. They aren't helping you. You've tried with this one doctor, and you're not getting anywhere. And of course, in that case, second opinion, third opinion if you have to. Just keep going until you get to the bottom of it. But basically, don't let the medical professional people tell you there's nothing wrong. If you have a problem, get to the bottom of it. Find someone who's an expert or a specialty in that arena. And this is not medical advice, that's just plain old common sense. And many of you are probably saying, yeah, that happened last year, blah, blah, blah. You got to the bottom of it. The Scorpio can dig deep. We're the only sign that will keep digging until we get to the answer. The true answer, which is hard to find nowadays. Now, going back to your job, this is not for everyone, but this is for some of you. Rosetta is here to tell you that you have a special life purpose when it comes to your work involving children. I'm actually hearing that one person out there is, because this is work and health related, you could be actually in the medical field or in school for medical something, doctor, PA, nurse, whatever, and you could treat children, help treat children. Okay? Some of you could be teachers, or some of you have a life purpose that could involve teaching, or teaching younger people. It doesn't have to be, children, elementary school children. This could be older children. This could be adults who are young adults. Trade school, things like that. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Scorpio makes a great teacher. Okay, 7th house. 7th house rules your primary relationship, Scorpio. You have fertility. Fertility is manifesting who you want here. The ground, the universe is very fertile with what you are about to plant in it. What does this mean? It's a powerful time to use your affirmations, to speak about only what you want to happen, not about the past, not about the hurt, not about the person or the people who ghosted you. It's time to talk about what you actually want. Okay? And I know it's hard for a lot of people, but you actually have something is in the works here. A star is here to tell you don't settle. this whoever you are fixated upon in the past, or it could be in the now, who does not meet your standards, your expectations. There is someone much better out there, and all you have to do is plant the seed. Now, some people use vision boards, things like that. I've never done that. I have my own way of doing it, and I have a teaching video about how to manifest and attract your soulmate, your life partner. If you're interested in that, send me an email. I'll have my email address in the contact information in the description box below. Reach out to me and say the words, put in the headline, partner attraction video, and I will send you the details on that. Okay. 8th house, intuition. 8th house is the house of Scorpio. It's our house. It rules taxes, contracts, legal matters, the source of your significant other's income, if you have that, and of course, intimacy. You are being given guidance by your guides, your angels, and your higher self for one of these categories, or it could be both. For example, you may have a dream. Let's say that you have a tax issue or a legal matter, and maybe it's not even a dream. Maybe it's a commercial that comes on TV for a certain type of tax professional or a lawyer, and you were just thinking about you needed to get one, right? The information is coming to you. Write it down. It's helping you in one of these areas here. We have Isaiah, who's the angel of birth and blessings. This does not necessarily mean the birth of a child. You did not pull this in the 11th house, so I would not read that in this instance here. This is about giving birth to new projects. Okay, so this could definitely be talking about a project. Perhaps you're doing it with your partner, and it brings in more money with your partnership. Business partner, I'm also hearing. This could be a business partner thing where you partner up with someone else and start something new, or continue something that brings in more money than it did before. Excellent. Speaking of business and money, you pulled the planting the seed money card in your 9th house. 9th house rules your travel and also your school. So this is you planting the seed for what you're going to reap in the future, monetarily wise. Now, this is my card of small business ideas, but it's interesting that you would pull this in the house of travel and not like, say, your money house or your work house. So let me just say this. This could be something, some sort of skill that you need to learn first in order to do this business or job or side gig. It's like you need more information. Or this could be a trip that you take where you get the idea for this small business or side gig, and that's how it comes about. You've got another. I think we've pulled all the children cards here. Okay, so Opal is here to tell you your children in heaven are protected, and earth. Your children on earth and in heaven are protected. For some of you older Scorpios who have older children, you may be visiting an older child, and so therefore you're traveling, because this does rule travel, so you may be traveling to see them, in which case it looks like blessings here. Good for you. It's always a good time when you have a good time with family. A good time versus a bad time, right, Scorpio? 10th house, wisdom. Okay, so this is your career. And the wisdom card lately for me has been like the universe is teaching you rather than a physical mentor. However, I cannot rule out the physical mentor or teacher because this does show up in the house of the career. So if you are being mentored right now or you have some sort of teacher, please heed their advice and guidance, because you are going to need this for the future. And it's not that I'm hearing like it's more like the not so distant future. You're going to be putting this information into play very quickly. Okay, Isabella is here to give this teacher / mentor message a little 1, 2, 3 powwow here. Yes, she says yes, the timing is right. If you get an offer for a teacher or a mentor to help you in any situation, please take advantage of that opportunity and that information that they have to offer. Very important to do so at this time. Your 11th house does rule your children. For those of you who have been thinking that they needed to do something with their child, they needed to sign them up for something and you haven't done it yet, then please let this be your green light confirmation that it's time to do that now. For others of you, and especially those of you that have older children, they already know what move they need to make in their life, but they haven't done it yet, and it usually involves some sort of change, some sort of job change, some sort of career change, some sort of relationship change. They could be wanting to move, and they have places lined up for that, but they haven't done anything yet about it. And what's behind this? Vanessa's here to say it's time to decide. So this is echoing that 11th house message of awareness. It's time, it's time, it's time. You, and for those of you single Scorpios, by the way, this is talking about a best friend of yours. They are on the fence, and they shouldn't be, because they already know what to do here. And they need to listen to that intuition. And the Scorpio needs to be the one to remind them to listen to that intuition. Am I right? 12th house, balance. So what shows up in the 12th house is what's about to manifest. Look for it in 3 months. So we're talking November. November of 2021. Balance suggests that there is something in your life that is out of whack or out of balance that needs to be brought together, needs some attention and time. If it's your diet, get it right. If it's your sleep, then do what you can to correct it. You know, there's lots of people struggle with sleep. There's lots of different things that you can do to sleep better. The first thing that I would do is get the cell phone out of the bedroom. And people say, well, what about an emergency? I put mine in the bathroom and crank up the volume. The bathroom is right next door. You're going to hear it. But the cell phone, for some reason, just keeps people waking up. You wake up, you wake up, you wake up. I don't know what it is. The EMFs, the MP, whatever, the pulses that are coming from that phone are waking people up, and it's a problem. For some of you, you may need to turn your bed or shift your bed or move it. You might need to do some feng shui and clear the room, clear under the bed, clean the whole room top to bottom, the fan, scrub it down, scrub the baseboards down. Use some lavender oil in a diffuser. There's lots of different things you can do for sleep. Okay, now Bethany is here to talk about the body. So when we were talking about diet and perhaps exercise, if you can do that, it's not medical advice, seek a physician as always. But Bethany talks about taking time out for a relaxation massage, a pedicure, a sea salt bath, if you can do it, something like that in November. The Scorpios are working too hard in November, and let's face it, what's new? Thanks so much for watching. Many blessings to all of you Scorpios.